What's up and welcome back to another video. Today we will be talking about Tiny Tina's Wonderlands and also giving a little update on the channel as it has been over 2.5 months since I've posted my last video. Now, if I'm being honest, yes, I'm an idiot for not uploading, and I have no excuses, but my personal life has unfortunately slapped me in the face with a couple of harsh realities that I had to deal with. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, no, and that's why I'm not really going to discuss it much further than that, because that's my business and none of yours, so let's go ahead and hop into the video. And to everyone that happened to subscribe to my channel over this period where I wasn't posting videos, I want to say thank you to you guys for sticking with me and just subscribing to me for the hope that this random guy with 1,000 subscribers is going to post a video again one day. And you know what? I have to say fucking thank you. Seriously, people. Because if it wasn't for you, I would not be here making this video. So seriously, thank you to everybody that has subscribed in the last 2 months, and even the other subscribers that have been here for, as long as I've been on YouTube at this point. I really just want to say thank you. And it's humbling to still have people commenting on my videos asking, where are you? Make more videos, this, that, and the other thing. It's awesome to me that I didn't post for that long and that people still care, and it's taken me aback, and I just want to say thank you, seriously. With Tiny Tina Wonderlands, I've kind of stayed out of the loop on it, if I'm being honest, and I've done that completely on purpose because it is way more fun to me walking into a game blind than it is walking in knowing every single thing that you're going to see around the corner. Yes, I know that the first mission's gameplay is out there, and I could easily watch a walkthrough of it if I would like, but I am going to choose not to do that, so that when that game drops, I can make my video on it, my first impressions, giving you guys my thoughts and my honest opinions on what I think of the game at launch. And I know they've released several gameplay trailers. I watched a couple of the early ones a couple of months back, but I know they've released several more now that the game's getting closer to launch. I'm just going to say I think the game looks beautiful, and the monsters that we're going to be fighting in this game, they look badass, and I can't believe that I'm saying it, but this has potential to be one of the most incredible games in the franchise if they execute things properly. And when I say execute things properly, what I mean is things like the customizable classes, the overworld system that they're implementing, and also the level cap. And if you guys don't know what I mean with the overworld system, in a couple of trailers, they have actually showed like a Cheeto Puff getting removed from the game board, and then your character is seen progressing through. I'd imagine that's something like Tiny Tina is, eating Cheetos, dropped a couple on the board, oops, let's move some of those out the way, which is very on character for Tiny Tina, especially in a Borderlands game. I mean, it fits very well, and I really enjoy just small touches like that that can make the game that much more interesting and in-depth. And go ahead and comment down below how bad this gameplay is, because I am a little rusty on Borderlands too, so just throwing that in there. But I really do think the overworld system looks like a super interesting idea, and the fact that it could negate all load times out of the game, that could be beautiful if that's the idea that they're going for, because the loading, it definitely is aging. As the years go on, people, it is aging. It is aging poorly, and it needs a fix. Even on PC, you only get like 2 or 3 second load times, and it still feels a little bit dated at this point. I mean, Borderlands 1 load screens are pretty comparable to Borderlands 3 load screens with, just the simple area and then the gun spinning, and, you guys know how the song and dance goes at this point. So I think giving an update to that system is a great idea, and it could be utilized in a very well way, and I am super pumped to see what they can do with that. When it comes to the customizable classes, I don't know how to feel about that, honestly. It's such an out-of-the-loop thing for a Borderlands game, it seems like to me. When normally you just have your standard 4 classes at the start of the game, and then maybe we can get 2 extra characters along the line, with DLC and such. But even in Borderlands 3, we didn't get any extra characters, so I'd imagine that, honestly, in Wonderlands, we're probably not going to get any extra characters, especially figuring that these are customizable classes, and that it's really different compared to all the other games. You can't even say, oh, we're going to get, DLC content characters, because I don't know how in-depth the skill trees and things like that are going to be, but the customizable part definitely scares me a little bit, because I see some OP setups being built in the early game and then being nerfed straight away because they didn't even think about it. You know what I'm saying? It happens every time when these games launch. There's a beastly setup, everybody gets it. Everybody's fiending for the fucking most nuts setup in the game, and the meta builds, and we all go for it, we grind for it, and then what happens 2 weeks later? Just like that, motherfucker, you go and farm something else, because guess what? We patched it. Customizable classes, it scares me, but I'm also excited for it at the same time because it could be really good. It just depends on the way they execute everything. And I know I've said that a couple times. I'm a man that repeats himself, and I'm a man that's an idiot. So you can write that down in your handy dandy little notebook. And the third point I want to bring up about Tiny Tina's Wonderlands that I know about, because like I said, I haven't seen all of the trailers like some people have. As much as I really want to, I just want to hold back. Like I said earlier, my first impression is very important to me, and going in blind is something I just would like to preserve. But the level cap, a lot of speculation is going around, and I have no idea if this is true or not, but apparently the level cap is set at level 40, which would be the lowest level cap in any Borderlands game at launch. Honestly, I wouldn't have that big of a problem with the level cap being 40 as long as they increased it to at the very least just level 50. Like, come on, man, 40? I could get to that in like a day in BL2, you know what I'm saying? So obviously the XP and everything, it's going to probably be way different than the previous titles, but that doesn't really matter. It's all about principle and the gameplay, you know what I'm saying? The levels, the numbers, it doesn't really matter. The game just needs to be fun. So the level cap, that really doesn't matter that much to me, but 40 just seems a little low for a Borderlands game, if you guys get what I'm saying. And if they want to add an additional 10, 20 levels, you know, I don't think anyone would be too mad about that. And hopefully we get some DLCs with this game. I mean, I know it's a spin-off game in its own right, but it's its own standalone game as well. You got to look at it that way. This isn't a Tiny Tina's one-shot adventure or whatever the hell they were trying to sell to us a couple months back. You know, this is its own game. $60. There's deluxe editions, $80, and all this crazy garbage. It's like, you have to deliver. And especially with the spot that the Borderlands community is in, it's definitely going to need some sort of resurgence. And if this game tanks, we're looking at the pre-sequel part 2, folks, and I hope that is not the case. So if you were to ask me what option I would have picked on that poll, I'm not holding my breath on this game. But at the same time, I am excited, but I'm trying to keep my levels at a low. Because you know what they say, right? When you walk in with low expectations, you may walk out satisfied. And that's really all I've got to talk about today. I want to go ahead and mention my Krieg playthrough that I was doing on Borderlands 2. If you guys want to see that return, please comment down below. I did a poll like 2 weeks ago talking about coming back and doing videos again, and you guys seemed interested in the Krieg playthrough still. So if you are, please go ahead and comment down below about Krieg, and I will think about, you know, starting that back up, doing some more Krieg playthrough for you guys. There's really not much more I have to say. Again, I want to apologize for the lack of content on this channel. It is 2022, and I hope you all had a good New Year's. Yes, it is February, and I know I am late, but you know what? That's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. And with that, I will see you guys next time.